welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we're doing another fixer-upper episode. Well, not quite, maybe just a head swap, but I really hate this figure. Now this is the figure that come with the land speeder, and yeah, it just feels a bit poor, and I would love to take more pictures with this figure due to the fact it's like A New Hope Luke, but his face just really throws me off. I've tried to like it over the past, and I think the sculpt is pretty much there, but it's just really ugly compared to everything else that we have got quite recently. So I'm actually going to sort of look over this figure. I'm trying to pop off this head, and I just recently picked up the Luke Skywalker figure from In Demand Toys in the UK for $11.99. So, you know, I didn't want to pay full price for this guy because all I want is his head, and maybe eventually one day I might use the actual body itself as a custom, but for now I just want his head. So we're just going to open these up and pop them in some hot water to pop the heads off to see what the socket's like. You never know, it might be a complete swap over, or in that case it might have to have a bit of problem in there. I haven't sort of done any research as of yet, so off we go. Okay, so we've got the two Lukes. Just boiled the kettle inside boiling water. So we just put his head in there for a couple of seconds. Just loosen up that grip around there, and it goes all squidgy. So hopefully it will just pop off. Okay, so we've got a ball joint in the neck in there. So maybe we might need to remove that. So we pop in this Luke. There we go, his head is off. So I'm just going to have to submerge this guy in there so we can actually take that ball joint out, because obviously this guy's already got a ball joint in the head, and we can see if it's an exact fit. Alright, so it's been in there for a few seconds. My favourite thing of doing this is actually with a fork. Be careful because obviously the water's hot. And then what we can just do is put the fork in just behind that, and then just lever it out, and we get a nice grip on it. Okay, going to skip that because getting that ball joint out there I'm just finding it a bit too difficult. I'm trying to do it with sort of appliances that you might have around the home. I can't get it in there, so what I'm going to try and do is warm him up a little bit more and actually take him off and leave the ball joint in the neck, just to take it off at the head only and leaving the ball joint hopefully in the neck. Let's try again. Okay, well I nearly got it out, but it just was right at the last bit, but his hair went a bit soft where it's been in the water a bit longer, so I managed to be able to get the fork behind it. So now we popped off the head and the ball joint, but we don't need the ball joint or that body no more, and hopefully we can just slide it on here, which we can. Unfortunately it's just slightly a little bit too big and a little bit too low on the body. So we're just going to have to heat up the hot glue gun, and fill it up a little bit. So we need it to about there, I think. So let's go and get the hot glue gun. So while this is heating up, I have a little hot glue gun like this. I don't have an industrial one. I used to, but the thing is it just used to leak a lot. So you can get these sort of type ones from any kind of arts and crafts, and it's just like a dab dot kind of one. That's all you need. You don't need anything else really, because you're only filling up a tiny little bit in the head. So these are really nice. They're very small, don't get in the way on the table, and pretty cool. Other things that you need as well for this kind of sort of procedure in a way is just some nice Vaseline, just kind of petroleum jelly that you can just put onto the figure so the glue doesn't actually stick around the ball joint. So what we're going to do is just dip in this part here, so hopefully no glue will actually contact any of this part so it doesn't stick. And we just give it a nice rub all the way around on there, and we just heat up that gun while it's doing so. Okay, so the hot glue gun is heated up. It's just squirting out a little bit at the bottom there. That's all we need. So we're just going to fill it up just very small in the actual head, and then we need to put it straight onto the actual nub part there before it all sets and chills out. And just need to get that kind of right height, because if we just chuck it on too down, it's going to be too low on his body. It's going to look a bit weird. So we just need to raise it up, probably about there. We just make his chin just sort of level with that neck joint inside there, and that's what we're going to go for. Okay, so I'm going to do this nice and quick to get all that excess glue off. If you get a bit of stringy glue or anything like that, just leave it. You can just pull it off in a bit, so don't worry about it getting onto the figure. There we go, got Luke Skywalker with his new head, and looking pretty cool. And we just go back to the main cam. So here he is, all finished and all done. And yeah, it's pretty cool having two Lukes from the same film and they match. It's just the original head, it's just very ghastly. It just looks a little bit awful. And I think as an original release, I can see actually it's a quite a nice sort of face sculpt on its own. But when you start putting it with these other guys, it just really does sort of show its age. But yeah, just bringing this guy into the fresh new look. And he's looking fantastic along with normal size Yavin Luke as well. So yeah, I mean, if you want to try this at home, then I try to make it as simple as possible so you can just follow it. And especially where you can get these guys for a little bit cheap, it might be worth now just having a look back at some of the older Luke figs to customise him up. So thank you for joining me on this one. You can subscribe down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is in the description, and comment and see if you like this video. So thank you so much and take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.